Nah, I will never stop.
Yo, what is up? What is up? What is up? Facebook Live. It is your boy, aka Mr. Know They Song, aka the One Man Dynasty, also known as the sensational Sentell Whiteman, and the host of the hottest sports podcast in the South, the best damn sports podcast, period. That's right. This is Sentell. This is season 4. Season 4? Can you season 4? And as you can see, I am not alone. I am not alone. I am not alone. This man needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyway. Been here several times. Big Trust, one of Greenwood's finest. Tighten up. The Wizard of Westwood. Greenwood's own. Wentz. Words in the building. What is up, homeboy?
The bad guy's back.
What is up, man?
The bad guy's back. Hey, dude, I am happy, man, to sit here and just talk
sports, man. Let me get that fist bump, man. Goddamn. Let me get that fist bump, man. What is up, people? If you're out there watching, I can see your comments. I'm going to give you the phone number in a few minutes, man. We got some few things to discuss, but it is about damn time that we are talking about sports and not everything else that is going on in this world right now. We know what they are. We're not going to talk about those things. We're going to try to focus mainly on sports on here because this is a sports show. And I know someone's going to cross over. If you want to talk about those things, it's cool with me. But I'm going to try to maintain focus and only stick to sports right now. But, man, welcome, man. I am jacked up, man. Season 4, man. I cannot believe it's season 4, man, of the Hottest Sports Podcast in the South. Let's get a little introduction to me. I do this every first episode of the new season, try to let you know what I'm about, who I am. I'm a 30-year-old sports junkie. I admit that I'm a sports junkie. Been in one since I can remember, 4 years old. From about the age of 4 to now, I've been a sports junkie. My first memories of sports is watching my Atlanta Braves as about a 6-year-old, root for Dale Murphy. We were terrible back in the late 80s. And then all of a sudden, you know, what we did in the 90s, been the team in the 90s, but only winning one championship. But just a diehard sports fan. I've always wanted to be involved in sports. Since the age of 9, I've wanted to have a career in this field. But yeah, now I do it for a hobby. I enjoy it thoroughly. I enjoy bringing you people that sports knowledge. But like I say, diehard sports fan. Every team I root for, basically, I've been since 25 plus years. Everybody except the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, the Braves, the 49ers, Florida Gators, Duke basketball. And I've been there since pre-teenage years. I've been in room for those teams. So that's a little bit about me, diehard wrestling fan. Also, we'll talk a little pro wrestling on this show sometime. You have to catch us now.
Yeah.
We'll sneak that in on you. If you ain't careful, we'll sneak that in on you. Again, I can see your comments right here. If you got any comments, questions, phone number is 864-378-0163, 864-378-0163. I guess we need to start off with the sad stuff, because I mean, man, you know, it's a sports show, but real life is real life. At two deaths that really impacted a lot of people over the weekend. First is, you know, young man, 43 years old, Chadwick Boseman out of Anderson, South Carolina, played so many great roles, black icons. James Brown, Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, and of course, we all know how he transformed black theater with the classic Coke hit, the Black Panther, which is now just transcended the world. But just sad, man. 43 years old and gone already, man. I really don't have any word. You know, death is a part of life that we just. That nobody wants to deal with, and then we get the news late last night or either early this morning. I don't tell you which one. Great John Thompson passed away. He was 79. Legendary Georgetown coach. First black head won a national championship back in 1984. Coach Allen Iverson, Patrick Ewing, Lonzo Mourning, a lot of great players have come through that program. People thought back in the day that Georgetown was actually an HBCU. HBCU,
yeah,
and it wasn't an HBCU, but everybody thought it was. But just wanted to recognize those two people. You have any words you want to share?
Oh man, kind of just like 2020 has been something else, man. 2020 has really been something else. Like, I mean, the dude, Black Panther, and then all of a sudden coming right behind like one of like the greatest college coaches of all time. And you got to throw in that he did coach LeBron as a rookie, Cleveland Cavaliers. But
when John Thompson, but go ahead.
That was John Thompson.
Paul Silas, but go ahead.
It looked just like.
But go ahead.
Stop, man. You didn't have to do that, but
go ahead.
But nah, man. But like, man, you just named a few. Like he coached a lot. He coached some greats, man. Mm-hmm. He coached some greats over the years. So just just losing him is like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like. It's kind of, I don't want to say it was almost like Kobe's situation, but it's like, you watch these people over the years and all of a sudden it just, it hits you there because you think you know them for a long time and, it just, you really had that much respect for those people, man, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I just, send blessings out to, both families,
Yes, absolutely. All right, 43, man, That's
young.
That's not the natural. That is not the natural order of things.
Nah.
And to speak out to piggyback on that, man, the guy was doing movies while going through chemo and countless surgeries, man. I just don't even know where to even begin with that. I don't even know how you even take that the guy was doing this kind of work.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't sitting back, laying down doing roles. He was doing motion pictures, roles. While going through chemo and all other countless things that he probably had to go through. So, man, just a sad weekend.
Another thing to touch on, like, I've seen people made posts on Facebook when he came out. I think he had lost a bunch of weight and, everybody was, picking on him and making jokes. And then now the man died and it's come out that, he had cancer, I think stage 4.
Yeah, started at stage 3 and then it elevated to
colon cancer. And I mean, and now you see. I remember I seen the same people that posted up those little memes and joking on them. Now they the same ones that, oh man, we feel bad for Chad with the die and all this and that. But like, it just goes to show you never know what a person going through.
Never know.
So sometimes it's just best to
shut them out.
Just be quiet. But I will say this: that man is the standard of like no excuses.
Yeah,
there's no excuses.
Yeah, you can't. There can never be another sick day from work ever again.
Exactly.
There can never be another day where you can't go to work being sick. I mean, I know we're going through COVID right now. They don't advise you to go to work being sick, but bruh, a man was doing movies with stage 3 cancer. Bruh, a runny nose or a cough cannot keep you out of work anymore. Like he has elevated the standard.
Oh yeah.
Your supervisor and boss man got to look at you crazy now. Like, I had a cold. What? What is that? A cold? That's why you miss work?
But, I hope you die soon.
But I mean, but I just want to show my respects to those guys because I mean, like I said, Chad, he's iconic. I know he's 43, but to the black community, he's iconic because he was the first superhero that we've ever had that looked like us. So that guy will always live on forever as that. So I just want to say those words. Let's go on headlines from a couple this morning, today. Headlines from college football world, NFL world. We'll go through some of those. College football, Jamar Chase has decided to opt out. The Biletnikoff Award winner, the national championship winner, and he's also is the daddy of AJ Terrell. Now I don't know if y'all know that, but he's the daddy of AJ Terrell because he owned this guy last year in that championship game.
Own is not even the word.
But he's opting out of a team. He's opting out for a team that has lost a lot of players. I think they only have 6 total players, starters from the two deep. Forget the starters. I think they only have 6 players from the 2 deep returning, and he was one of those. So this team is completely going to look different. They lost Joe Brady, the offensive pass coordinator. They lost the defensive coordinator. I can't think of it. Dave Aranda, he's gone. Just a complete I won't call it rebuild because it's LSU. They recruit very well, but thoughts on Jamal? I mean, because I'm torn with this because part of me is like I completely understand you're the best receiver in college football. You showed that, but part of me is like you're missing a whole year of football. And I just wonder how much did that affect you not playing a game for a whole entire year. I know he's young and athletic, but not playing competitively for over a year plus, how much could that hurt him or hinder him?
Oh, it would hurt a lot. I've actually went through that myself. I quit football one year, being stupid, running around with the wrong people, and I came back the next year, and it was like totally different. It was like at first it took me about a month and a half, about close to 2 months to really get my feet under me. It was hard, man. Like I felt like I had never played football before. So, but you know, at the same time, that's different. You know, I'm in a whole different position than he is. So, I think it, you know, mentally, I think you know, as far as like learning the playbook and everything like that, I don't think that would be an actual problem. But as far as like you know, you got to make sure you're still conditioning it.
That's self motivation.
There you go.
Because you're away from the team with the facilities with structured.
Yes.
You know, lift is. We got structured eating habits.
Yes,
we got these nutritionists. Now you're gonna be doing this stuff on your own. How much self motivation do you have to do this while you're basically off by yourself? I mean, so that's what I worry about the most.
I agree. I can't. You threw everything out there. I can't disagree with that.
So that's news. College football, NFL news. Leonard Fournette was cut today by Jacksonville after 3 seasons, the 4th overall draft pick a few years back. It never really quite lived up to that 4th overall pick. Only had 2,000 career yards, 17 TDs. The Jags tried to trade him. I guess before or after the draft with no success. They said they couldn't even get a 6th round pick for him. So they ended up releasing him. But the writing was on the wall when they didn't pick up his 5th year option. So you knew they didn't believe in him. So I mean, thoughts on? I mean, this is a guy in your division. Thoughts on Leonard Fournette?
The thing about it is with Leonard Fournette, like when he gets it going, he's going. Like that's a hard guy to bring down. He's not, you know. He's not one of them guys you just hit and he's gonna hit the ground. You're gonna have to wrap him up. He's a tough guy, but I think it was more like, you know, of a team thing. He didn't have like the best situation in Jacksonville. Also, like I feel like there was some issues with the offensive line. So I just, you know.
And he was kind of banged up a lot.
He was hurt a lot.
Stayed kind of injured a little bit. Hurt, nagging little stuff. But definitely not worth the 4th overall pick.
I agree.
You know, when you make that pick, you know, remember Ezekiel Elliott had just went 4th like a couple years before him. He's kind of, you know, lived up to that drafting somebody a running back that high. Cause we've gotten away from drafting running back this high. You know, so Leonard Fournette's out looking for a job on the street. What's next for him? I don't know.
Tampa Bay needs a running back.
That Tampa Bay would be a good fit. I mean, I guess. I mean, they got a lot of weapons down there. I like Ronald Jones. They did pick up Shady McCoy. I don't know how much he has left in the tank.
And that's my thing right there. Like, it's not gonna. I mean, he's not young no more. You know what I'm saying? He just say, you know, he's not shady no more.
I like Ronald Jones. You know what I mean?
I do. I agree.
All right. Let's kind of move on to the NBA last night. Yesterday, Sunday afternoon, we had game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Celtics defeated the Raptors 112-94, take a 1-0 series lead, led by Kemba Walker, 18 points, 10 assists. Raptors look a little rusty. They swept my Brooklyn Nets out of the playoffs, haven't played in a while, and they just kind of look rusty. Game 2 yesterday, the Clippers finished off what was left of the Dallas Mavericks yesterday, 111-97, led behind show enough Kawhi Leonard, 33.14 rebounds, 7 assists yesterday for the Claw. Game 3, and what has been one of the most entertaining series I have ever seen in my life. The Nuggets defeated the Jazz 119-107, tied the series 3-3. So now we have a game 7.
The first game 7 this playoff.
Yes,
Okay,
and
yeah.
Jamal Murray has been flat out sensational. And let me say that again. Jamal Murray has been absolutely sensational.
Phenomenal.
He had a 50-point game yesterday. This is his third 50-point game so far of this bubble. This is his second one of this series alone. 50 points, 5 rebounds, 66. And let me give a shout out to his battle is Donovan Mitchell, who just had a whole home 44 points yesterday in a losing effort. But he's been spectacular. This series has been just outstanding.
The best. It's been the best one.
Murray and Mitchell just going bananas. Right now we have NBA on game 1, Eastern semifinals. Heat versus the Bucks. Heat swept the Indiana Pacers and caused Nate McMillan to get fired. Pat Riley, shout out to Pat Riley, man, putting together a nice roster, man. You look at this roster.
And also got to give it to Coach Spoelstra.
Oh,
you got to give him credit, man.
I told my Heat fan, I said, who knew that Coach Eric Spoelstra would be the best coach LeBron ever played for? Who knew that at the time? Who knew that Eric Spoelstra would be? I mean, but Pat has put together, but Eric is great. And Pat has put together a tremendous roster because you look at the roster, it's not a lot of star-studded guys. Jimmy's on there, of course, but these guys fit so well. The pieces fit.
The blue chippers.
They grind you out. They're one of the few teams that left in the league that plays defense from 1 to 5. You know, most teams play defense at spots at during times. Miami literally wants to lock in from the beginning of the game to the end. Now they're gonna have their hands full with this series because Giannis has been absolutely spectacular all season, and in the playoffs has been no different. Eric Bledsoe is out for this game for the Bucks. We should see how that turned out. But they're playing right now. Don't have a score update. Started at 6:30, so don't have an update on that. Later on tonight is Game 6 Thunder Rockets. Russell Westbrook made his return to the Rockets the other day. They blasted the Thunder. I don't think the Thunder have enough firepower for the Rockets. The small ball lineup that the Rockets have employed has it's working. Hey, it works sometimes. Sometimes it don't. But right now it's working more than it doesn't. So right now it's working. And we'll talk more about the NBA on Thursday. I have a guest here, and we'll talk more about the NBA in depth on Thursday. He's a Rocket fan as well, and I'll talk about how much chance do he think that the that his Rockets have against the Lakers. Let's move along. You know what? Let's take a break, and then we'll come back, and we're gonna do a little review of the NFL season. And we're gonna talk about moves and trades and what we're looking forward to, because the NFL is starting September 10th. So we're only about a week and a half away from the opening kickoff of the NFL season. So give me about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. We'll be right back. We're going to talk all things NFL right after this. And yes, we are back. Welcome back to the hottest sports podcast in the South, Sentell's Intel. I'm your host, the sensational Sentell Whiteman. I am joined by my main man, Wentz Words is in the building. All right, NFL is about 10 days away. Let's kind of go backwards a little bit. The last time we saw the NFL, February, Super Bowl 54. It was the Kansas City Chiefs against my San Francisco 49ers. And I don't want to bring up these painful memories. But the 49ers up by 10 in the fourth quarter. Pat Mahomes leads 2 back-to-back drive where they scored 21 unanswered from that point on to win the game 31-20 and claim the Chiefs Andy Reid's first championship and their first title since maybe the NFL championships back in the day. Way back in the day. But they were led by the one and only Patrick Mahomes, boy. You know the honest truth about this, the last 2 teams the Chiefs beat, we had something in common. The last 2 teams the Chiefs beat. The last 2 teams the Chiefs beat are teams we root for. So there you go.
Hey, I'm not usually a hater, but I'm not gonna hate right now. Hey, I'm not gonna take nothing from them guys. We came out. Everybody was thinking, Derrick Henry. We came out and we caught them off guard with the passing game. We just didn't keep the pressure on. And then at the same time, if you're going to go against Patrick Mahomes, who is, I just have to go ahead and say it, the best quarterback in the league.
Yes.
You might want to rush more than 3. I've been wanting to say this for a long time. Dude, I got to get some stuff out my chest, man.
All right.
I got to get some stuff out my chest. No, because I was pissed out. Our former defensive coordinator, Dan Pease.
Dean Pease.
I call him Dan. He's not long to be D's, okay?
D's.
If I think of D's, I'm thinking about something. Yeah. He pissed me off, man, because he came out with that same game plan, how we played against Baltimore. Mm-hmm. The hell, that was Baltimore, man. That's last week. You don't do that with Patrick Mahomes. You got to get after that guy. Because, look at the Week 10 battle we had against them. Mm-hmm. What did we do? We rushed forward the whole entire time.
And you were able to get home.
Yeah, we were able to get home. Now, and we didn't get Mahomes every time, but we caused a lot of pressure. We caused, a lot of disruption.
Yes.
And I like that. And that would kind of just tick me off. When I sat there and watched the championship game, AFC championship game, I'm just like, you have got to be kidding me. Ain't no way that we just sat here and just allowed for this to happen. Come on. I'm looking at, I'm literally screaming at Mike Vrabel. Dude, man, let your nuts hang, man. Make that guy, rush 4. Stop rushing the 3. But, hey, things happen. We lost. They went on to, you want to take it from here?
Yeah. Yeah, I was the 49ers up 20-10, 3rd and 11 happened. It was 3rd and 15 happened.
Oh, man.
They completed a 3rd and 15 pass on a 9-step drop by Pat Mahomes. He's just falling backwards and throws his Tyreek Hill. And from that point on, they proceeded to pound him.
Right? Was holding him, right?
No. That was the Sammy Watkins play you talking about when he just lit him up on they was 1-on-1 and he just beat him off the. That play changed the whole momentum of the game, but I still blame my offense because we did literally nothing. We did literally nothing the entire second half offensively. Yeah. Didn't get the ball to Debo Samuel's hand at all in the second half at all. None.
That was the most confusing thing I cannot understand in that second.
Yeah, we got away from what was working. We asked Jimmy to do way too much last year, and that cost us. So anyway, to put that bowl in last year's 2019 season, the Chiefs stand alone as your defending champion. They locked up Pat Mahomes to this big time contract, $450 million worth up to $500 million, 10-year deal worth every stinking penny. They signed Jones back. Right off hands. But they got him, Frank Clark. They still got the Honey Badger.
They got Travis Kelce too.
Travis Kelce signed an extension. Yeah. Sammy came back with less money. And there they are. I think, as long as you got Pat Mahomes, you'll be right there every year. But that's the Chiefs. That kind of go chronologically. We had the draft. We had Joe Burrow go number 1. Tua go to the Dolphins in the top 5. I guess some surprises in the draft, but no surprise at number 1, Joe Burrow to the Bengals. Can he have any success with the Bengals?
Oh man, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. Carson Palmer for a year or 2 had some success.
And the Dolphins went to the playoffs several years.
Yeah. First round.
Yeah, they lose. They lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I like Joe. Like, I really do. I like Joe. His whole demeanor, just the way his swagger, man. That's the way he just controls everything. You know, even when he's down, like, he still, like, his face let you know, like, dude, I'm still in control, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I like Joe, but dude, that damn organization is like, what the hell do y'all got going on, man? Like, seriously, man, it's not looking good. I'd rather have Ocho Cinco come in and coach that team.
Yeah, man, you just don't never know what you're gonna get. The Bengals, they're one of the cheapest organizations out there too. I mean,
yes,
people have been talking about them for years when it comes to that particular thing, and not trying to sign players and all of that stuff. So, I mean, just not a good deal, you know what I mean? But I like Joe Burrow a lot, man. I really like the guy's moxie, got our swag, man. Yeah. And I think he'll be able to do some good things this upcoming season with the Bengals, man. But we had a lot of moving parts, man. Trades and free agent signings, man. DeAndre Hopkins is now with the Arizona Cardinals after Bill O'Brien got swindled, got hoodwinked and bamboozled, run amok, led astray to make that trade. What a dumb trade that was. And you know,
as being a participant in the same division, I don't want to call that a dumb trade.
Yeah, it's a dumb trade.
We thank you, Bill. We thank you.
No, hell no. It's an asinine trade. No, there's no question.
I appreciate that, Bill. You know, that man was gonna want some money.
No, that
you had to get him out of there.
That was a brutal trade. I didn't like nothing about that trade.
It was terrible. And then look who they got in for the trade, David Johnson.
Oh, wow.
A guy that he was just hurt.
Yes.
Who stays hurt.
Yeah. Contract.
Yes. So what did you trade for, man? Like seriously, man. Like, what the hell? Like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that DeAndre's gone, but at the same time, it's like Houston. Like, what the hell was y'all thinking just then?
Houston, we have a problem.
No, dude. Oh my God, man. Like, I couldn't believe that one, man. Like, it was. I couldn't believe it. Like, they really just got rid of their best player.
Yeah, they did that.
Got rid of their best player. Like, what the hell?
I mean, it's crazy, man. But, you know, the biggest offseason move of the whole NFL season, we know what it is. Tom Brady is no longer a New England Patriot. Let that sink in for a minute. Tom Brady is no longer a New England Patriot, and everybody in the AFC is rejoicing. He signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 79 last year, led by Jameis Winston, who threw a boatload of interceptions last
30.
year. 30 to be the correct number. What are you seeing from Tom? What do you expect out of Tom? This is a nice offense around him. He brought Rob Gronkowski with him. What do you expect from Tom?
I expect Tom to be Tom. Like, well, as far as like being a game manager and still be able to read defenses and making sure putting the ball at the best place for his players. Far as like, I'm still like kind of like, dude, you're not like 20 something no more. Like, you're 42, dude. Like, yeah. Come on, man. Like, just.
I believe he just turned 43, if I'm mistaken.
Wow.
Like, his birthday was like August.
I mean, like, we're talking like Vinny Testaverde right there. Like, what the hell, man? Like.
Yeah,
I mean, but I just like I just hate that people like they rush to the Tampa Bay got Tom Brady and Gronkowski and that's a Super Bowl, man. Like, really? Like, seriously, the Cowboys have they get some of the best players every year, and we're not even talking about like we still talking about can they barely win a division? So I'm like, I don't give it no hype, man. Like, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the weapons they have, but I know New England did not have a lot of toys last year. I get that. Yes. But there's decline in Tom Brady. If you think otherwise, you're dead ass wrong. Yes. The last 2 times we seen Tom Brady, he threw pick sixes. Yes. The last 2 times, 2 games, he threw 2 pick sixes. That is not Tom Brady like stuff. Now the Buccaneers offense is absolutely sick. Chris
got some weapons.
Godwin, and Mike Evans, O.J. Howard, Cameron Bray. I mentioned Rob Gronkowski earlier. I love Ronald Jones. This offense could be dynamic if Tom,
Yes.
which I think it'll still be good because he's not going to turn it over 30 times, but he's not going to throw 5,000 yards either.
There you go.
And see, that's something that
There you
Winston
go.
did. He almost threw for 5,000 yards, or maybe he did throw 5,000. I can't remember, but he was up there in TD passes and yard because one thing about Bruce Arians' offense, he likes to stretch the field. He likes to get that ball down and push it down the field.
Yes.
Tom is usually an underneath guy, quick passes, getting the ball out of your hand quick as possible. So I don't know how that's going to work with Tom and Brew and BA, but we shall see how that works. But how that NFC South looking now with Drew Brees and Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, and now you got Teddy Bridgewater down in the Carolina Panthers. How about Teddy Bridgewater, man? You know what? I don't care if he played well or not. I just want to give a man a round of applause for what he came back from.
I agree.
When he tore up his leg a few years back. We thought he'd never play football again. Now he's a starting quarterback again in the National Football League.
I give him credit for that. I'll give anybody any kind of credit, especially if you put the hard work in. So, I got to give him that. Or like, me personally, I just couldn't see myself like, I'm a Cam guy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's just a little too flamboyant for some people or whatever, but I like the guy. I think they're going to kind of regret it. I honestly do. I think they're going to regret it.
And that, we mentioned Tom Brady, and he's left New England and went to Tampa. We mentioned that Teddy Bridgewater is not in Carolina. So one might ask, where is Cameron Newton playing football this year?
Wow.
Cam is playing with the New England Patriots. Can you believe that? Cam.
Deion said Cam.
Cam. Whoa, Cam. Cam. Yeah, but Cam is back.
Man.
So man, and it's like, I done messed up. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, Cam is sending out these videos, man. He's looked like he's ready to go. He's upset. He feels like that the Panthers gave up on him, and now he's motivated as ever to prove them wrong, to prove the league wrong about him. So I'm not betting against Cam, but what I will tell you, I just don't see the weapons for New England. I look out there, I look at the skill position people, and I'm like, who is he throwing the ball to?
I agree. I totally agree because the first round pick they had last year,
N'Keal Harry.
he was a total like. I mean, he was on. I'm pretty sure he was on several milk cartons. I mean, even Julian Edelman. I think people. Injuries catch up to you, man.
Yes.
Whether you people want to believe it or not, these days, new technology, they help guys get back on the field, fast as possible and everything. But say what you want to say, but those injuries will sooner or later catch up to you. And I honestly feel like Edelman is in his decline now.
Oh yeah, Edelman definitely.
He's in his decline.
You look at the games played, the number of hits sustained, just the wear and tear on his body. He's already a little guy.
You brought up about them short passes. Tom Brady loved. He was always that guy on the receiving end catching those short passes.
And you know what happens when you catch a little short pass underneath? You get hit a lot.
A lot.
You're in there with linebackers and safeties down in the box, so you get hit a lot. So
yeah.
So we gotta wonder how much he has left. N'Keal Harry, like you mentioned, N'Keal Harry. Didn't do a lot. He was injured most of the year. He finally come back. They have no tight end to speak of.
None.
I do like Sonny Michel out the backfield.
I do
but
too.
James White is getting a little longer in the tooth. So I don't know. I like Cam. I like how motivated he is. I just don't know how much talent there is on that offense.
And that's my thing right there. I honestly, when I watched the draft, I was like, New England, what are you doing? Like, this man needs some help. Like, it's not like, get this man some serious help. Because I honestly feel like Cam is somewhat walking into the same situation he was in Carolina.
Yep.
Because I got a buddy, he's a big Carolina fan. Oh, we got this person, we got that person. I'm like, dude, have they even caught 1,000 yards in the season yet?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, you can't even, like, who name a receiver or tight other than Greg Olsen that done caught more than 10 touchdown passes in the season. Yeah. Like, come on, man. I'm just not going for it, man. So
Yeah.
Like I just hate it. In a way, I kind of hate it for him. But then again, it's cool that we will see him with a coach like Belichick. And,
yes.
I think Cam would be more disciplined. I still think if he scores, he's gonna celebrate.
Oh, absolutely.
He's gonna celebrate.
Why would he not celebrate?
Exactly. But I think he's gonna be more like this shit. Like now, he's more focused. Like I hate to say this, but I honestly like Cam is gonna do any and every little thing he can to win every game. It don't matter. Like he's gonna try everything, man. And
yeah, he's motivated as hell.
Oh yeah.
You see some of the tweets and man, and some of the videos and working out. He's definitely motivated because he feel like the Panthers gave up on him.
They did.
Yes, he did. Another quarterback on the move. Young Phillip Rivers has ended his tenure with the San Diego Los Angeles Chargers. Now is an Indianapolis Colts. Trying to replace Andrew Luck, who suddenly retired this time about last year. I personally think Phillip is washed. That's just my opinion. I watched him play last year. He was absolutely horrible. And I do not think the Colts weapons are nowhere near as good as the weapon he's leaving in San Diego, and he was terrible there. So I expect him to be even worse with a Colts offense that's nowhere near as good as that Charger offense was last year. Thoughts on Phillip Rivers?
Welcome to Daddy's house. That's all I can say. Hey, it's not gonna be too good for the Colts. If you're a Colts fan, like this might not be the video you want to watch right now because we're about to give you some truth. When it come down to it, and I've always been a Phillip Rivers guy. Like I've always been a fan of Phillip because he's that quarterback that will get hit back up and get in your face. Like him and Brett Favre are somewhat similar, alike, whatever. But far as like I'm like he was in a serious decline like 2 years ago.
Yes. And
like last year was just kind of hard to watch because I'm like you like the weapons that he has.
Yes.
Like dude, what in the hell, man? Like what's my man name? The Malcolm
Beavers?
Yeah.
Keenan Allen. That's the boy from Clemson. Mike Williams. There's the tight end. I love the tight end. I can't think of his name right offhand.
I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
They had Melvin Gordon last year with Austin Eckler, and he still was mediocre to below average.
I'm not even gonna say mediocre. He was terrible. I'm sorry, but I mean you can literally see like the arm strength just like. Then he made some of the like. I mean that's just my opinion, but he for a veteran quarterback like himself, he made some of the most horrible plays down the stretch last year. A lot of those bombs he was trying to throw downfield, like, dude, they was hanging in the air so long. Hell, my big ass could have ran out there and went and caught that damn ball, man.
I saw a lot of ducks and quack. He threw a lot of turnovers where you looked at him like, what in the hell was you throwing? Who was you throwing the ball to?
Thank you.
Like, who was you throwing the ball to? So he's another quarterback that's on the move. Nick Foles on the move again. He's with the Bears. The Bears have seemingly have given up on the Mitchell Trubisky experiment. Didn't pick up his 5th-year option. And then they bring in Nick Foles. So I think
also don't forget they brought in Marcus Mariota too. No, he's in the Oakland.
Marcus, yeah, he went.
I know he was talking about trying to get him to Chicago.
Las Vegas.
Oh,
Las Vegas Raiders.
So sorry. So sorry about that. Yeah, but I remember they were trying to talk about getting him down there, and I was just thinking to myself like, dude, Mitchell, like, and me personally, I'm like, Chicago should be kicking themselves in the ass right now. Like, I'm just being honest, because you passed up on Patrick Mahomes, you passed up on Deshaun Watson.
It's been bad.
Like, dude, like, what? Those like that's like two like the greats in this era right now. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all passed on them for Trubisky.
Yeah, at some point, somebody got to be called to the carpet for this because someone has to pay for this mistake. And I sat right here and told you people. I sat here when this show was being taped from my damn cell phone. I told people, stop and do not. Deshaun Watson should have absolutely been the #1 pick in the NFL draft that year. And these idiots sat here and told you a guy was a prototype quarterback, played 1 season, went 85, did nothing. You watched Deshaun Watson be absolutely great for 3 seasons, and you picked that guy. So the Bears deserve every damn thing they get.
I agree.
everything that's happened to the Bears, they utterly deserve.
Were we the only one watching college football when Deshaun was there? Like, what the hell? Like, so nobody seen the guy that led the game-winning drive against Alabama national championship game?
Yes.
The guy that goes out, Carolina fans, I'm sorry for this, but the guy that literally went out and like dominated Carolina his whole career there, like, did nobody else see that? Like, what the hell, man? And for them and it's not only just Chicago, like, it was other teams that skipped over this guy, like.
But I'm gonna specifically talk about Chicago because they haven't had a quarterback since Jimmy Man. And, Jay Cutler had a couple good years, but the fact that you've been looking for...
Hold on. Rex Grossman took him to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was a defensive team. We all know that was Lovett Smith. We know that was Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs. Devin Hester, Charles Peanut Tillman, and the crew. That was a defensive team. That had nothing to do with Sexy Rexy, even though he's a Florida Gator. I can't give him that love, and he don't crave that love. But the Bears deserve everything they get. I sat here and told you people, it's just like you just said. There are guys who are getting paid millions of dollars to make these decisions. But me and you sit here and told you people that we told you Mitchell Trubisky was trash. We told you this guy could not play. And you sat here and you drafted him. And then you traded up to get him.
Traded up to get him. And I'm thinking, because I'm like, I had to sit back and think to myself, like, we beat North Carolina. My Virginia Tech Hokies, if I ain't mistaken, we beat them.
They lost 5 games, so a lot of teams beat them.
So I'm just like thinking to myself, like, what the hell did y'all see in him? Like, he know how to take a loss real good. Like, what the hell was it? Like, I'm trying to figure this out.
Prototype, man. He was the prototype. He was the prototype quarterback. He's the prototype. Then they got to come by him and Deshaun Watson about the same exact size.
Yeah.
But Deshaun went prototype, but this clown was.
Yeah.
The Bears, you deserve every single thing that ever happens to you.
Ron Leaf was a prototype too,
and we know how that turned out. But again, do these teams actually study and try to get information about these guys, man? Like, there's no way in hell I would have never, ever not taken Deshaun Watson in no world. Well, I'm not taking that guy. That guy was just too outstanding as a football player. Forget prototype stuff. A winner, and he got stuff done. And you can see greatness in him. Intangibles. Intangible stuff you can't see.
It.
You can't see it. No way in hell. But we were talking about quarterbacks moving, free agents. Let's talk about, I guess, get back to the draft a little bit. Chase Young goes to the Washington football team at number 2. A lot of people love Chase all season long, but we wonder where Chase went to in that semifinal game against Clemson because there was an ABP out on him for.
That's true.
I couldn't find Chase Young against Clemson. I didn't know where he was at. I couldn't find him.
Oh no, you wasn't by yourself, brother. You wasn't by yourself.
We couldn't find Chase. That was the number 2 pick, the Washington football team.
He had to protect himself.
Yeah, how about the Washington football team? How you digging that name right now? The Washington football. Did you get? Oh, you glad they got rid of that racist name to begin with?
I am glad only because, like, dude, like, I mean, when I was young, I didn't know no better. I didn't think nothing of it. But when you get older, it's like there's a whole group of people that's like feel offended by this.
Yes.
And the fact that there's a certain group of white people that act like it wasn't no big deal. Like, would it be okay if I started me a football team and called them the Greenwood Crackers or something like that?
Because basically,
the Greenwood Honkies or something like that.
A slur. You call somebody like
a redskin.
Really, like, bruh, that's a slur. It is sense of the word as a slur, bruh.
Yes. Like, how the fuck? Come on, man.
Like, how are we doing this? How does this happen? But Chase Young went to, I think Jeff Okudah went to Detroit, the fine cornerback from Ohio State. He was sensational in that game that I previously mentioned. He was outstanding in that game. I think Tua went 4. I can't remember who went 4. Yeah. But Tua went the Dolphins. You can look that up. But, yeah, man, we just talk about some NFL stuff, free agent move, offseason moves. We talked about DeAndre Hopkins. We talked about Tom Brady signing. We talked about Cam Newton signing with a new team. But I think of some other guys that gonna make some impact. Calais Campbell going to the Ravens. The Ravens just continue to know how to play this game where they draft well, where they just build their personnel up that fits everything they do well. How do you get Calais Campbell?
I'm still trying to figure that out now, man. I'm like, dude, like, okay, they really like, they really feel like, okay, you know, we got to stop Derrick Henry. And if we go against them guys, we really got to stop them, man. Like, it's kind of, I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. Like, the Ravens, man, like, on paper, like, them guys, like,
they loaded.
They are loaded. Like,
They're loaded.
They are loaded.
They're loaded, man. I look at the Ravens. I look at like 4 or 5 teams that's really, really good. I look at the Ravens, of course, the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs. I look at the 49ers are really good. The Saints. I look at the Seahawks. I think those are the 5 best teams. Just looking at them, the 5 best teams out there. Now, talent-wise, Dallas would be up in that mix. I mean, they drafted CeeDee Lamb to go along with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, who they already had with Ezekiel Elliott. This offense should be absolutely elite. But I look at those 5 teams I just mentioned. I think those are the cream of the crop. I think those 5 teams are the best teams in the NFL going through the season. Because barring injury, we don't. It's always some team to like the last year that comes from nowhere to be better than we thought they were going to be, and there's always a team that was good the previous year who's not going to be as good as they were the previous year. So with that being said, I guess I would ask you a question. Who's a team that didn't make the playoffs? Let's just say they didn't make the playoff last year that you think has a chance to make the playoff this year?
Ooh. Let me think about that one.
Well, I got one. I like the Browns. I like the Browns. Again, I know I'm jumping on this train again. I'm not going to pick this, but at some point, if Baker plays well,
that's my only issue right now.
They have too many weapons, dog. They have OBJ, they have Jarvis Landry, they got Austin Hooper from Atlanta, they got the 2-headed monster in the backfield with Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I mean, so that team should be really, really good, but it's all about the quarterback. Because I think they loaded defensively. They loaded. So I think that will be one of the teams that I think that they make the playoff last year that would probably make it this year. Oh yeah, the Giants went. Nobody saw that pick. The Giants picked Andrew Thomas, the offensive lineman for the Georgia Bulldogs, the number 4 pick. That pick was met with some reservation. I mean, I thought the Giants would go O-line. But not that old lineman.
Yeah, that one threw me out.
I mean, most people had the guy from Alabama, and then the guy from Iowa, Tristan Wirfs, Mekhi Becton, Louisville. He was up there, highly rated. But I think at the end of the day, them guys weren't that separate. They weren't that far separated from each other. I think Wirfs got some little bit of growing to do. He's still kind of a young player. So, but man. And we just, thank y'all everybody tuning in right now for Sentell right now, the best damn sports podcast, period. I'm your host, the sensational Sentell Wild, and I'm joined by Wins Wood. We just kind of recapping the NFL season, kind of talking about the upcoming NFL season. We'll have a full preview soon, but right now we're just kind of going over some of the news and notes from the off season of the NFL teams. They got better, teams they got worse. Cowboys, we mentioned them earlier. What about the Dak Prescott situation? How did that play out for you? I think Dallas I think they made a terrible mistake. Terrible.
And the fact, like, I just feel like this. This is my honest opinion. If you're gonna try to put some pressure on that guy and bring somebody else in, don't let it be Andy Dalton. Like, come on, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, that's it. That's what's gonna make me come in there.
Yeah. Oh shit, it's Andy Dalton.
I'm terrified of Andy Dalton.
How my man said in all about the bench, I'm shaking in my
shaking. Terrified of Andy Dalton.
Seriously, I knew this was gonna play out like that. I just felt like it was like me personally, it was too much disrespect coming from Jerry Jones. Mm-hmm. Like this is your starting quarterback. This is the guy that brought you not 1 but 2 division championships, and this is the respect you get. He gets, like, come on, man, like they got to do better than that, man. So I was a little disappointed. No, not a little. I'm wholly disappointed.
I was shocked, and I think this is bad. I don't see him staying long term, and they could franchise him again next year, but it would cost him like $37, $38 million, which is what he initially wanted anyway. If you wanted a long term deal, so why would you do the franchise when that's what he really wanted to begin with, extend him? So I just think it comes down to the fact they don't believe in him. If they fully believe in him, they'll be already signed a deal. Pat Mahomes has been in the league 3 years. If 2 of them as a starter. Now, I know he did some tremendous things, but when you know you have the guy, you know you have the guy.
Lock him up.
You lock him up. Deshaun Watson about to get the same thing. I think he'll get a deal done before the season starts, because you know who opened this. You know who opened the Thursday night NFL season? Chiefs and Texans. Mahomes and Watson right there.
What more can you ask for?
Hey, a great night, Thursday night football. You know, the champs usually open up, and so it should be fun. Because Keith Dennis mentioning the fact that they mentioned Trubisky went in front of Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. Hey, the Bear fan have got to be just lathered up at this point. Like, hey, what a joke.
Stupid.
But when you know you have your guy, you pay your guy. But what pisses me off about the Dallas situation is you keep paying all these other people, but you won't pay Dak. You pay Amari Cooper, who disappears in big games against big time cornerbacks.
Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Had a great season. Got his money. I can't find it. He on a milk cart somewhere.
There you go.
You paid his. He made him higher from back in the league. You paid your offensive lineman when he was trying to pay him. You gave the linebacker Jalen Smith his money.
I cannot, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying Jalen Smith is bad. I'm not, trying to down him. But that should have got his money before Jalen did. I'm sorry. He should have got that money before Jalen.
I think he should have got it.
But a lot of people, though.
Before Amari Cooper got his money.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't gave Amari nothing.
$100 million for Amari Cooper? Really? That's what we're doing now?
Apparently.
You don't want to pay Dak? Okay, that's fine. Don't pay Dak. I mean, go into the season. Dak going to be there for the season. But, I mean, just to not lock the guy up for a long term, it's just not a good look for the Cowboy franchise at all. Yeah. Just not at all. So,
it was stupid. I mean, I honestly, like I said, I felt bad for Dak, like in a way, like, and I usually don't feel bad for no Cowboy, but I feel bad for him, man. Like,
yeah, I feel.
Hey, if things don't work out in Tennessee, man, just early recruiting.
There you go. Hey, thank you about. Hey, if you want to get in here, you can, man. Phone line is open. 864-378-0163. 864-378-0163. Get in, comments, questions, concerns about your teams. I'm looking at this NFL back behind. Wrong phone. Call behind me right now. I'm looking at this board right now behind me. Like I said, I mentioned the Cleveland Browns not being a good team that was bad last year. They could make the playoffs. I think the Arizona Cardinals could potentially. The only thing I heard the Cardinals is the division is super uber tough. With the 49ers Seahawks in there, it's going to be tough. Now, the 2 games we played against them last year, they played us to the wire.
Yeah.
Both games.
And Kyler Murray, especially like with his size and everything, he definitely proved that he belonged in the NFL, man. I give him credit.
I was shocked. I give him credit. I was not a big Kyler guy coming into the draft. I just was not sold on Kyler Murray at all.
Yeah.
But he showed a lot of arm strength. He took a lot of sacks because that's to be expected because he's trying to get out of it. You can see. But when you in doing that, you get a lot of unnecessary sacks in that. But he showed me a lot last year. I want to see year 2 of the college experience, see how it goes. I just always thought at some point it's just too small. It's too small. Like, they've had comparing to Russell. Like, Russell's is thick, man. If you ever look, Russell's is a thick built guy.
He must be like 5'10", but he's like 5'10", like what, 220?
Yeah, Russell's thick. You know what I'm saying? Russell's like, 5'10" and a half. And he's thick, 230, you know what I mean? Just built.
Yeah.
This guy's like 5'9", 185. Like, bruh, I mean, at some point, too small is too small.
It's like Rey Mysterio playing quarterback.
Okay. I seen a couple more teams that I like. Some moves they made. I like what the Buffalo Bills did, bringing in Stephon Diggs. A lot of people feeling like this is the team of the AFC East now that Tom Brady's gone. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. The defense is absolutely loaded, legit.
Yes.
Are you buying the Buffalo hype?
It's kind of hard right now, man. As far as now, they are the team. They are the team to beat. I just have to go. Just have to throw it out there. But Josh Allen is like he's very like.
Oh, you still ain't sold on Josh Allen? He say.
I'm not sold on Josh. Allen,
Josh Allen. I look. If he was a stock, I would buy really, really low. I'm gonna buy a lot, but I'm gonna buy it at low prices. But I like Josh Allen a lot. He's a gamer, man. Yeah, it doesn't always look pretty, but I told you I like it. Remember, I like Josh Allen come out of Wyoming. You know what I mean? And then he had a bad senior his last year at Wyoming. He had a bad year, and I was like, I don't know, but I've always been enamored with his talent. I told you about.
He's an athlete now.
Yeah,
he's an athlete.
I like him. big arm kid in Buffalo. I think Stephon Diggs helped this offense tremendously.
A whole lot.
I mean, you talking about a game. You talking about an absolute game breaker who can wreck shit. Stephon Diggs to that offense, and I like Singletary, the running back, but that defense is really good to take. Davius White is as solid as they come. They can get after you. So I like what Buffalo doing. And Sean McDermott, let me get Sean McDermott. We called him an idiot when he first got the job. He had this guy named Nathan Peterman in the game, throwing 6-7 picks a week, and he kept playing him and stuff. So we thought he was an idiot, but we gotta give some credit to Sean McDermott for turning this thing around.
He did.
I think Buffalo is primed and ready. We talk about the acquisition of Stephon Diggs. Well, let's talk about the team who lost Stephon Diggs, the Minnesota Vikings. No Stephon Diggs. They did draft Justin Jefferson out of LSU to help out Adam Thielen on the other side. But I think the Vikings is one of those teams that maybe, Everson Griffin signed with the Cowboys. I think the Vikings is one of those teams who made the playoff last year who could probably not make the playoff this year.
I agree. I totally agree because I actually Stephon Diggs is he's one of those generational players. Like, you don't always find a guy like Stephon Diggs. So, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love Justin Jefferson. Like, I think he's a talent, but he's not Stephon Diggs.
No, he's not Stephon Diggs.
I mean, good luck to you, bro.
I'm looking at this board. Look at it. Anybody on this team on this board that you wanted to? I mean, let's talk about the Titans a little bit. The Titans have an interesting offseason. They signed Ryan Tannehill to this big, massive contract. They finally get the deal done with Derrick Henry. But I focus on the offensive line piece. Jack Conklin is on his way to Cleveland Brown now. Yes. One of the best guards in the league. Attack, I can't remember. But that's a big loss for the Titans for that running game go.
Yeah, it is. But having a backup like Dennis Kelly, who played a lot when Conklin was out, you know what I'm saying? It helps out. So, it's no big deal. And we drafted a tackle in the first round. You know what I'm saying? We caught a lot of people out by surprise because we was like, we need a corner. And then we turn around in the second round, and when it got the corner, that we, you know what I'm saying, pretty much like he just he
fell in your lap.
He fell in our lap, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like we pretty good draft. I feel like we got some pieces that we needed. Mm-hmm. It's just one piece that I really, really, really wanted.
He's still out there.
He's still out there, but the money.
The money.
If you wonder who we're talking about old Jadeveon Clowney.
Yes, I got it wrote down.
And he asking for a lot of money.
Still on the board. Market asking for a lot of money.
I'm gonna just go ahead and make a plea now. Look, Clowney, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're not gonna get that money. I'm sorry. Like
1 year deal.
Yeah, exactly. You just coming off of surgery.
Yes.
Like, yeah. I mean, can you think of a season where he had over 10 sacks?
He's never had sacks.
So I'm like, dude, what the hell you think he deserves? Like, what, $17 million?
I mean, he want to be one of the higher paid defensive ends, but his production to back that up. He's off injured. You wonder how tough he is.
Yes.
I think he's looking at a 1 year deal, a prove it type deal, and maybe a team will give you a big contract. But you come off a season where you were good. He wrecked the game against us on the Monday Night Football night, but he doesn't do that consistently enough.
Yes,
and it drives you crazy. You see it some games, and then some games you're like, he just doesn't show up at all. So I just can't see him getting that big a deal he's looking for. I'll see a 1 year deal in his future, a prove it type deal. Yeah. Can you get it done in a 1 year deal?
And I'm gonna just go ahead and throw something else out. We did not pick up the 5th year option on Corey Davis.
Mm-hmm.
So
Buzz City.
Yeah, he was. I mean, and the thing about with Corey, like he still plays hard,
yes,
but
he does.
At the same time, like AJ Brown came in and just took over. Like AJ Brown, like that dude is a freak of nature. Like I've never seen a guy that's like 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds, and can like literally outrun the little guy.
I want this to show the record to say that I told people who the best receiver in last year's draft was. I told you people who it was.
He said
AJ freaking Brown was an absolute monster. I saw it coming.
It showed.
He didn't have a great junior year. He did a sophomore year because Metcalf was there, which he played outstanding last year too. So showed that he was not just a combine guy. He was also a football player. He played really well for Seattle. I think, like I said, that NFC West It's
tough.
It's a tough division. Speaking of NFC West, man, we Todd Gurley is now is an Atlanta Falcon. The Rams cut him with 3 years left on his deal. You think the NFL ain't a dirty business, and people get mad at these players for holding out trying to get their money, and you always tell the player, honor the contract, respect the contract. Them damn teams don't respect the contract.
They
just
shit.
cut a man who had 3 years left on his deal.
And probably still ain't paid him yet.
3 years. He didn't get the bonus. He got cut before his bonus. He didn't even get the money he was going to get. You know, if you had time you get a bonus or whatever and get your money, but he got cut before then. But don't tell me about damn players honoring contracts when the owners do this kind of crap all the freaking time.
Amen. I agree.
So we just kind of rambled on a little. We just kind of rambled it. You guys thought?
I want to also. I also want to throw something out.
Yes.
Because we brought up the son of Jamar Chase, AJ Terrell. Mm-hmm. He got picked up by the Falcons in the draft.
Yeah, the Falcons drafted AJ Terrell. And from what I've read in reports, he's looked fabulous at camp. Just keep him away from damn Jamar Chase. He'll be fine. I think he just keep his ass away from him.
You're lying.
Well, this hour has certainly went by fast. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to the season 4 premiere. I cannot believe it's been 4 years. We started off on a cell phone, and then it just has got bigger and better every year. My man has come. Wentz has came just about every season. I think he didn't come the first initial season, but every season that he's been a regular contributor, we thank him so much, because this show would not be what it is without the big man in here. I would be back Thursday. We're going to go NBA heavy. I should have a guest sitting right here. He says he's going to be here, so I hope he'll be here. It'll be his first appearance. I'm hoping he shows up. We're going to talk a lot more about the NBA playoffs, get a little bit more in depth. We'll talk a little college football. We'll get more toward this football stuff. Like I said, the NFL is coming up. We'll get a preview show in him probably next Monday, because the season starts next Thursday. We'll probably do an NFL preview show, pick our division winners, Rookie of the Year, MVPs, and our Super Bowl pick. Because if you remember last year's Super Bowl show, preview show, I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. So I picked the Super Bowl champion last year.
Who would have known they would have been in the Super Bowl against your team?
Yeah, I picked them against the Cowboys. So, yes, I did. I picked the Cowboys. Cowboys. And I picked the Browns to win the division. I picked the Falcons, and they all just let me down. So you people don't notice that you would not be getting picked by me this year for nothing. I'm not picking you people because I can't trust you people. You make me like a damn fool.
I can't believe you picked the Cowboys.
I did. I was drinking the Cowboy Kool-Aid last year, and they just let me down.
I can only imagine there's a cousin of yours I can think of.
Yes, he was very thrilled that I picked the Cowboys, and then they got to a 3-0 start, and we're thinking like, okay.
And they did what
the Cowboys do. So forget about them. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Would have loved to get a phone call tonight, but we didn't get anyone. But hey, it's okay. I'll be back Thursday. Like I said, we're going to do an NBA heavy show on Thursday, man. And then we'll get into a lot of other things as well. But want to thank about it again for tuning in, man. First show back. It just feels good to be back talking sports, man, with my guy. Mm-hmm. So want to thank y'all again. I will see you guys on Thursday. We are out this piece. See you Thursday.